All right. Everyone's got your beard. Everyone's beard hairs rubbing against the microphone.
Yeah, everybody's just. What's that thing called where people like to listen to stuff like that? On the internet?
ASMR.
ASMR, yeah.
ASMR.
We can be billionaires by just doing.
Yeah, your voice timbre alone would be able to be an ASMR thing.
I'm going timber. That one?
What's the next line?
I don't
You
know what that
better
is.
Move.
I'm going timber.
Oh, I don't know what that is. All right, bring us in.
Welcome to another episode of Hot.
Oh, the camera's that way. Fake.
Look, I fucked that up so bad. Welcome back for another episode of HodgePodge.
That was good. That was good.
I'm Fig.
Damn.
I'm Tom.
Welcome back, guys, for another episode.
We're down one person,
We're down one from last time.
Yeah,
We're back to even.
but we're back to even. We're back to baseline.
we broke. Yeah, broke even. Broke
Yeah.
even.
B.
So I'm just gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, do it.
If you're cool with that. If you're cool with
I'm
that.
fine with it. Yeah, you can.
Wait.
jump-
Okay, I'm cool with it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, now.
Well,
we're good.
because last week, Fig and I had an interesting car ride, and when I say car ride, I mean sitting in my parking lot in the condo car ride for a little bit.
Yeah.
So what that means is I was really pissed about something. We don't have to get into it. It's just it involved my internet access with my internet service provider,
Yeah.
aka Comcast, and I was real pissed off.
Yeah.
And so I was dealing with that, and then I got to Fig, and we were waiting for our friend Michelle to get to the car. She was driving to my condo. So
Right.
he was like, while we're waiting, he's like, we're just going to relax, Dan. We're going to put on some meditation. And we meditated in my parking lot,
In the car.
in the car,
Yeah.
just him and I.
Listen, it was actually really nice because I had my sunroof open. It was a nice day. The birds were chirping. And then we had this nice soothing voice that's just telling Dan, because he was in a fucking mood that day.
Yeah.
He was like, my fucking cable, it was F-bombs everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, you just need to I'm going to put this on and relax. And the lady's going, she's like, do you feel like you've had the shittiest day ever? And Dan's like, yep.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like your mind's not just continues racing? Do you ever, and everything she said, he's like, okay, I'll give
Sounds
this
like
a,
it sounds like she was speaking directly to
yeah.
me.
He's like, I'll give this a try.
Maybe she was.
Do you hate everything? You hate everything about yourself, and your mind continues to go at a million miles a minute? Yes, that sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you short? Yes.
That was
Very
one
good.
of the questions.
Is
Are
your,
you,
is
are
your
you
name
five?
Danny Lama?
Are you 5'6.5" and under?
Yeah.
Fuck!
I'm not 5'6.5", you son of a bitch. 5'7" and 3/4.
All right.
But I the reason I wanted to mention that is because the whole thing about that, being able to relax, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But like touched on it, but being able to relax, putting your mind at ease, not stressing, not overthinking, is not me.
I am the king of that.
And I think I can speak for Tom when I say it's also not Tom.
We three kings, dude. Because we are terrible at that.
No,
Oh,
he's saying
I
that
said,
he is.
I'm the
he's
king.
the
I'm
pro
good.
You're
at
pro?
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
opposite
actually,
of us.
you are.
Yeah. A lot
Now
of
that I think about it,
things really don't.
we're
get
terrible.
something. I know you guys are
me
terrible.
and Dan are terrible at
I
that.
know.
Yeah,
go.
when I met Tom, I realized that I'm not the only person that is like that, which is
Yeah.
not being able to turn your mind off, overthinking every single situation, scenario, everything you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is him as well.
I feel like I'm a little bit different than you though. Whereas like I think you're better at it. I think you're better at like just saying fuck it for at a point.
I would love for you to give me an example because I
think-
don't know what you're talking
I
about.
think I get that, but it's only more recent that he started getting to that point.
Maybe, but maybe there was it was a couple weeks ago, and I got myself into a situation where
Mhm.
someone said something,
Mhm.
and I was like, Dan, like, did you see when that person said that? And I was
Mhm.
like, and you were like, oh yeah, but who gives a fuck? You were having fun. Who gives a
Mm.
fuck?
Was it when you were a little bit inebriated?
Actually, I wasn't.
Oh, good.
Oh, but that was a different night. But no. Yeah, no. That was another time too.
Yeah, right.
And you were like,
right,
fuck
right.
it.
Yeah, it's easier.
So that's 2 times.
It's easier to say it about somebody else's situation than it is to say it about your own situation.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Easy.
You know what I
Very
mean?
easy.
I'm an outsider looking in. It's easy for you to say don't overthink that, but then when you're living in the moment and overthinking everything,
My mother tells me constantly, you have to just learn to relax.
yeah.
It is the hardest thing for me to do is to just relax
So that's
and
what I want.
smile and actually be happy
Right.
in situations where I feel like way overwhelmed with stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to talk about because I do think that Fig, out of the three of us, he relaxes enough for the both of us. And I don't mean that to say that I'm saying that he doesn't stress over things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and how, why, what do you do? What could we do that you do? I know the meditation thing was a great example because I've done that before.
Yeah.
So I did try to meditate before I went to sleep, and I know I would say 20%. I'm sorry, I can hear my lisp. I can really hear my lisp with my Invisaligns. For those listening, I have Invisalign in right now, and my S's are really struggling. So you got this for about 6 months.
Yeah, the S's are super.
Yes, they're super.
So basically that's like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Listen, we've been consistently posting every
we
other
have.
week. All right. But anyways, I would say when I was doing the meditation by myself,
Yeah.
because I did do that before, a different app than you used, 20% of the time I think it worked. And the other 80%, I was still I couldn't turn my mind off. And they would always say in the meditation, if you feel your mind start to wander, just slowly pull it back.
Yeah.
And my mind would always wander. Always wander.
Which is normal. It's normal.
Yeah.
That's fine.
For me, I feel like even after I'm done with the meditation, it's gonna go right back.
That's what I said. So that's what I said to Fig. I mean, I was joking. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
real quick.
no,
I was joking, but when we were done, because I really truly felt relaxed, like I did.
Yeah.
It was about like 10 minutes, not even.
Yeah.
And I felt truly relaxed. And then afterwards, I was like, yeah, my fucking internet though.
But the thing is that's fine because even if you shut it off for 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes more than you would have normally, and that's gonna relax you a little bit more.
I know.
He's not wrong. So when I used to teach at the gym, I always used to say that when they said, I can only do like 5 push-ups. I'm like, okay, that's 5 more than you did yesterday.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
It's only 10.
It's
It's 10 minutes more than you did the day before.
And that's the way you got to think about it. I mean, it's the same thing physically as it is mentally. You just got to work your brain as much as you work out your body.
Right.
So
So that's very true. I might have dropped a bunch of weight, but I definitely didn't drop any weight in the brain.
Yeah.
That's 100% true.
my-
I have to work on
brain
that.
Yeah, words that I live by: drop bombs of knowledge, not bombs in war.
Wow, Fig.
Yeah,
That's
You
so
have a
sweet.
shirt that says that.
I do.
Drop knowledge, not bombs.
Yeah.
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 Well, yeah, I'm I don't know. I'm terrible.
No, I think it's a practice that I picked up recently. I've always been kind of chill, kind of calm.
Yeah.
It's just the mindset that I've had. I think I got that from my mom's side of the family. They're just like super chill.
So we're gonna talk about that. My mother is like me, and my father's like me. So it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
I'm
my
double.
my mom and dad are too. But I
Yeah.
think it's
And my dad's better than my dad.
Well,
He's
my dad is a spaz enough for like everyone. My
Yeah.
dad is.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's bonkers sometimes.
Yeah.
My mom, on the other hand, is just super chill, super relaxed, and I think I got it more from her.
Yeah.
I guess I picked it up from her.
Right.
But now more recently, like I want to say 2 months ago, my job started doing like a mental health awareness type of thing. So they started
Yeah.
doing like seminars every Monday. They do, just come in and you get to meditate. And
Yeah.
they bring in this person from, a meditation studio. He comes in, he kind of brings everybody through things for about an hour.
Yeah.
I sit there for about 20 minutes. I meditate, get ready for
Mm.
Monday morning, and then I go to work. And it's really good, honestly. Like
Yeah.
Monday morning, first thing before the week starts, you just kind of and just
that's
let everything go, and then you're like, let me jump into it. And at that point, like I'm already at work. I'm
Yeah.
already kind of at a mindset, but I just bring myself down a little bit, and I'm ready
I
to bang
wish.
it out.
the Sunday dread is something that I
It's
live
real.
with. Is real.
It's real.
And so
I've been better with it.
we're gonna wrap up the episode by just mentioning Game of Thrones because we're recording this on the premiere of Game of Thrones, which
Yeah.
is great for Fig and I.
Yeah.
But I still can't
Fig-
fully.
Is that a play?
Yeah, the Fig and I.
the Fig and I is a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's great for Fig and I. You don't watch it, so that's a whole nother discussion that we'll get into.
I've
But
watched
but
3 seasons.
but-
But go on,
but
Danny.
but you can't fully enjoy it because it's on a Sunday freaking night, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I gotta wake up for work in a few hours.
Yeah.
That Sunday dread is real,
That
and
is.
also that goes along with that. I think I think our friend Mike just posted something about it where it's like, they always list it's like trying to do everything in life to maintain a solid life. It's like,
Yeah.
I gotta keep in contact with my family, my friends. I gotta work out. I gotta
Yeah.
eat right.
Yeah.
I gotta work. And you're trying to do all that, and then you gotta stick meditation in there. I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes there's just too much going on to really have that time. My watch dings me to breathe.
Yeah.
Do you get that too?
I do. I turned it off because
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
I can't breathe.
See, but it's just
Yeah.
a thing where it just teaches you deep breathing.
Yeah.
And it just tells you, hey, you want to have a second, take a deep breath, and I do it a couple times,
My,
and it just vibrates as you breathe in and out,
Okay.
and it tries to calm you down a little bit.
mine tells me to do arm circles.
Arm
Does it
circles
really?
are good
it's,
too.
it's like you've been sitting
The
down for way
fuck
too
do
long,
those
and I'm,
do?
and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting at my desk spinning my
Yeah.
arms around.
Like aerobics in
Yeah.
like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I was looking online before we came on here, just a different relaxation techniques or different relaxation things. Wondering if there are things that we have done, could do, should do.
Yeah. So the one thing that we did a while ago, and by a while I want to say like 3 years ago at this point, we started DDP yoga. That
I
was
was gonna talk about
that was the very first time that I kind of like took.
Why are you smirking?
Yeah,
DDP,
Go ahead. No,
isn't,
go.
isn't it a wrestling
He is
thing?
a-
Diamond
is
Dallas
wrestler,
Page, yes.
Yeah.
He is a wrestler.
Go ahead,
But
Fig.
he's gotten like tons of support because his yoga has been like top notch.
Really?
It's really, really good. Saved people's lives type of good because they just, if you stick with it, it works. And it's
Physically.
not, physically. It's not hard, but that was like the first time that I took into consideration how much just breathing can actually be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But that was more physical. When I breathe doing an exercise, I'm like, okay, I feel like I can extend more. I feel like I'm stronger, like just breathing. And then later, now where I get meditation to play, and that's strictly on your mental health, I feel like my mind gets even clearer when I take control of my own breaths and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. It gets me.
Maybe I should try it, man.
Give it a
Well,
shot.
I'll tell you. So I wanted to talk about the yoga because yoga always is one of the things that people say would be something like that, mind and body. But really, when we did the DDP yoga, because we were doing it because we saw that it was working from a physical aspect, he doesn't really focus, at least in my experience, he doesn't really focus on like the, make sure to clear your head and we're going to do all this.
It's not like that.
It's more of just let's do these moves. And I thought he called it power yoga in the sense that you're actually, like some of the moves, you're trying to put as much tension as possible in your arms. Like he would say, extend your arms out and act like it's a fire hydrant just sprouting from your fingertips where no one can move these. If they try to move your fingers, there's too much tension.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure yoga is the opposite where you want to have, you want to. So it was a little bit of a different experience, but my friends do yoga every Wednesday. They want me to go. And I think it would be more along the lines of the latter, not the former, where it's about, also kind of emptying your mind in a good way.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one relaxation technique.
It's just a medium for you to stop, breathe, and not think.
Yeah.
About anything other than just making these movements.
You don't realize how many times that, even in the scenario where, like, take right now, for instance, if I tell you, just take a moment to concentrate on your shoulders and let them relax. You don't realize how tense you are until someone actually says that. And you're like, oh my God, you're right. Like, I'm like this all of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But it just takes that person to just chill. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Or if you think about how you're sitting there and your tongue is always up in your mouth.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst thing ever? Now that somebody tells you that, you're never going to be able to not think of that.
Yeah.
Your tongue doesn't just rest on the ground, on your
on the earth
mouth
ground,
on the earth ground or your mouth
floor.
ground.
Your mouth ground.
On the earth floor.
Is this a form of meditation? What we're doing right here?
I think
Honestly,
it's a form of.
It can be.
I don't think it's a form of meditation, but it's definitely a form of therapy for sure.
Yeah.
I was always saying because of me not being able to play drums out on stage like I used to.
Yeah.
I feel like this for me is a huge creative
I think so
outlet
too,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's like I look forward to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like work. I mean, it's a lot to get us all in the same room and blah blah blah. But I feel like once we started having the schedule that we've been
Not
sticking
that
to,
much anymore.
yeah, hopefully not. But it's definitely a way to, relax for sure.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And then another thing, an app that I actually use for meditation is called Calm. Really
So
good
that was
app.
one of the ones I was looking up.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Top
actually.
apps.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's one of the top apps for it.
I used
You told me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used Calm. I used Headspace when I did mine.
Okay.
But a lot of those cost a lot of money.
Well, I mean, I use Calm. And
How much we
and
talking?
there's a free portion of it, but they only give you a couple of free stories.
that's what I
and stuff
use.
like that.
Yeah.
I think I paid I didn't pay anything yet. I get a free trial, and then it's $60 a year, which is not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's
If
not
you
ter-
use it,
They're
the thing is-
subscription based.
Subscription based,
Yeah.
so it'll renew in a year from now.
if you use it,
And
that's-
here's the thing: there's the portion for meditation, which I use almost on a daily basis,
Right.
and then they have a separate portion for like nighttime, like storytelling. So someone would read you a story while you're trying to sleep. Before this, honestly, I'd lay in bed and my mind's racing about everything,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
trying to
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to use meditation in a way to like, all right, let me just relax, breathe, and I'd be laying in bed for an hour and 45 minutes, and before you know it, it's like 1 a.m. and I'm like, the fuck, I need to get to sleep. I haven't made it through one story yet, and the longest story is 40 minutes.
Really?
I knock out. Once again, I'm not saying it works for everybody, but for me, there's something about Matthew McConaughey reading you a story in his voice that just it's like,
This is a nice beauty.
and then I saw this turtle.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Lincoln is a Lincoln.
And I saw this turtle. He said, all right. And I just pass out.
I think we also mentioned this when we had touched on a topic like this before. I thought we also talked about you're supposed to like shut yourself down from the digital world like an hour or two before you go to bed.
Oh,
I mean, I definitely don't do that.
I don't do that either.
My phone is the last thing I look at, and then the first thing I look at when I wake up. And I'm trying. I know I'm really bad about that.
I have to be watching TV before I go to bed. Like, I have to watch TV. I mean, maybe it's the same as the story time kind of thing. I have to be watching something kind of familiar to me. Like, that's why I throw on, like, The Office or something like that. And that's
part of OCD right there, I feel like.
Is it?
But there's got to be some organization to it, right? You can't fall asleep if you put on a show you never watched before.
No.
And for me, I'm the opposite.
Really?
I would say so. Right? That's a trait. That's a trait.
That's
it's
something
like
you
you put your pants on the same way every single time. And if you don't put them on, if you put your right leg through first instead of your left leg, or
Not
the
that
other way
bad.
around,
I'm not that bad.
you sure it wouldn't ruin your whole day? Try it tomorrow.
No, I mean I don't think too much when I put my
Put your
Hands
shoes.
on.
Put your shoes on your hands
and walk around
and walk
doing
around on your
handstands.
hands. Yeah, doing handstands.
That would screw up my whole day. I wouldn't be able to get anywhere.
I wouldn't be able to get in.
Would
How are
make
you
it
gonna
so-
open your car door?
Yeah. How am I going to drive?
There's Tom Shoehand.
What? My
Tom.
question is, how would I sit in the seat? Would I sit in the seat like face facing
You need a sunroof for
the
your
ground, or would I facing up?
Feet. Yeah, you need.
It's just like how would the dog, if the dog wore pants, would he wear them on all 4 legs or just the back 2 legs?
Just the back
back
two
two
legs.
legs,
Come on,
obviously.
man.
All 4 of his legs are legs.
No,
No,
no.
Yes,
He's got a
just the
torso.
back two.
You're peaking tremendously.
No, who cares? Just the back two.
Dogs have 4 legs.
I'd say suspenders for dogs. I'm for suspenders for dogs.
You're 4 suspenders for dogs. Fig has come out on this podcast to tell you he has 4 suspenders for dogs. He is in favor of suspenders.
I am in favor of suspenders for puppies.
That's it. You heard it here first.
What about shoes on the back legs and gloves on the front arms? Right?
Wait, is that your politician voice?
I support shoes on the back legs and gloves on the front arms.
Yeah, sir. Sir, we appreciate you talking about dog suspenders, but what are you gonna do about the potholes in the ground? You know? Like an
Well-
actual issue.
Well,
What are you gonna do about the fact that we're $3 trillion in debt? But let me tell you about these dog suspenders.
we get the dogs working gloves, and we put them to work.
I thought you were gonna say we get the dogs, we get the votes.
Dogs, we get the votes. That's how we do it.
So I was looking up some relaxation stuff. So there's one I want to mention too that's specific to New Jersey. So for all of our listeners that are overseas, all 3 of you, I want to let you know that you have to fly to get here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But there's a place that a lot of people I've seen that have gone to. It's a spa club in Edgewater.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen
that also.
Abby actually wanted to go there.
Me
a
too,
couple
and it's
weeks
called
ago.
Sojo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
With an infinity pool that overlooks,
Yep.
the river towards
Yep.
New York City. And they have all spa services. I think it's just $50 to just go there
Mhm.
a day. And then they have different spa services and stuff. That's a relaxation place, I think.
Yeah.
A mental health day type place
Yep.
Yeah.
to go to.
I also signed up
Yeah.
for like monthly massages.
Yeah, I need that too.
So that's something that really has been beneficial.
It's self-care.
That's self-care.
I haven't gotten a massage. It kind of creeps me. The idea of it kind of creeps me out.
Mm.
For someone else to like be touching my back.
You let
As-
Fig
as-
massage you all the time.
Yeah.
But that's different. I know him.
Believe me, as long as you're
And his
experienced.
hands are like fucking. They're fucking art.
He's
They're
yeah,
like
it's
artist
yeah.
hands.
He's Picasso. He's
Yeah,
Picasso
he's
back. He's
Picasso
Picasso
with
back
those.
there.
I've been told I give some pretty good massages.
He's Picasso back there. WebMD. This is where I went. Right. So when I looked for this,
That's not good for your mental health, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
Yeah,
But when
no.
I just did I think relaxation tips or whatever online.
Oh, we're back to
WebMD.
relaxation.
Mhm.
tips.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. WebMD is the first one that came up. First one on their list. Meditate.
Listen, I would every
That's
single
their
time I go to
first
WebMD, I feel like I'm gonna die afterwards.
Yeah, right. I'm not telling you guys
Yeah,
to look up.
Every single time.
If you have a hangnail, don't look up WebMD because they're gonna tell you you're dying.
it's
Yeah.
gonna go like you should meditate. If,
Nah,
you,
you have
if you
cancer.
meditate too much,
You're dead.
You're gonna get a headache. If you get a headache,
You're going to die.
you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And you're gonna die because you meditated
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
If your name is Fig, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
5'6.5".
the second one they say is breathe deeply. So like he was saying for DDP yoga, that's true. It did teach us how to breathe. I think even
Yeah.
when I run now, I
Yeah.
feel like I breathe a little bit better.
Really?
It teached
In through your nose, out through your mouth, kind of thing.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you learn how to do that, that's circular breathing. That's circular breathing where you're kind of breathing in and out through your in through your nose, out through your mouth.
I felt that over here.
So did I. You're like blowing.
Does it smell like?
You're blowing wine and vape my way. But if you breathe, I feel like I'm at a frat house. But if you breathe in and out, that's circular
I
breathing.
feel like
Yeah.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Yeah. If you learn circular breathing,
Yeah.
you could play a didgeridoo. So that's a bonus too.
Oh.
I love didgeridoos.
Because that's circular breathing. That's
Yeah.
circular breathing. That's how they
Yeah.
keep the note going.
Yeah.
So they breathe. All right. So you can learn how
That's
to do
like
that.
what's his name? Oh my God, Michael.
Bill.
Michael.
Oh.
Michael.
Strahan.
No. The famous saxophone player, oboe player,
Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Michael?
No. What is? Wait.
Kenny G
From-
plays a
from
sax.
Office Space. What was his name?
Michael Bolton.
Michael
He's
Bolton.
not a saxophone player.
What is he?
He's a singer.
He's a singer.
Kenny G is who
plays
you're
a
thinking of.
saxophone.
What is that guy?
Oh, man.
Michael Kenny G. That's it.
Whatever.
That's the ticket.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Kenny G knows how to circular breathe.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Breathe
does.
deeply is number 2. Number 3, this one's a good one, I think. And this is definitely not me because I'm always thinking about the next thing. Be present.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at that.
I'm 100% terrible at that. Enjoy the moment. Live in the moment.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Be ahead of the curve. Be the curve. You know.
Being the curve is really hard for me.
That's why a lot of people tell me, like, oh, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I don't know. I'm doing shit right
Living
now.
my life, man.
Living my life, day at a time.
You see how his eyes were like very McConaughey? He's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, one day at a time.
He's got his
That's
eyes
why I
closed.
like these high school girls.
I keep growing up and they keep staying the same age. Yeah, right.
Same age.
4
And I love this Lincoln.
4 is reach out.
How do you feel?
You can share a fresh perspective while keeping your
Feel great.
connection strong.
Okay, so wait. Say that again.
Reach out.
Reach out.
Yeah, like utilize social networking or face to face to share what's going on.
Okay. Be social.
Yeah.
I don't, and that's actually that's not a bad one because it's part of like the OCD. I don't know. I feel like vocalizing my how I feel about things or what things are stressing me out makes them feel like they're going to come to fruition almost. So if I'm worst case scenarioing something, which is what I do with everything,
Yeah.
I feel like it makes it come true if I vocalize it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
feel the same
it's
way.
weird. It's really weird, but that's what's going on up here in the old Chrome Dome.
Wow.
Do you feel that way?
No.
I always feel that way.
I mean, there's certain scenarios, like if I'm like, I don't know, people like take plane rides, for example. Everybody gets nervous when they get on a plane, like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I've ridden planes 100 times, nothing's been wrong. There's one instance where something happened.
What was that?
Oh, nothing. Like, we went to go. No, nothing bad. We were going to land.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Freaked me out right there.
Relax. Breathe. There you go. Circular breathing.
He's still here. He's good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, it was just one time we were landing in Nicaragua. We were going to go, going through the landing field, and apparently there was like wind something on the landing strips.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, we can't do it. And he just shot the plane straight up in the air. So it was like, we went back into our thing. And it was like, oh, like everybody's stomach was like, well, the things dropped down. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. It's kind of.
And then we circled around, and then we were going to do it again. And then we went down, and the same thing, the wind still was there. So we shot up again. And we did that 3 times. And then they're like, if we can't do it, we're going to have to land somewhere else. And then they went back around, and they were able to land finally.
Wow.
But that was like the worst thing.
Did you know what was going on?
They were telling us, like, yeah,
Okay.
there's if we didn't know what was going on, and we're just going down and up and down and up, like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
That's it. We're dying.
Well, no. But so when I used to go back and forth to Michigan and visit the girl I was dating, when I came back, so I was flying a lot more.
Yeah.
When I came back to Newark, it was circling. I can tell we were circling.
Yeah.
And no one was telling us what was going on. And that's what was scaring me more than I was like, okay, I can see New York. I know where I'm at. But then when you start seeing it on the opposite side of what you're used to seeing, you're like, okay, we're clearly going in the wrong direction. So just someone tell us. And like you wonder like what's going on down on the ground. God forbid something happened. Like you said, there could have been some kind of, and I think it was just a crowded runway. I forget. It was something where they couldn't land, but they weren't telling us.
Yeah.
And
Just tell me.
And I think I have.
I'm a big fan of just knowing.
I have so much practice, I guess, with that because of the commuting every day, where there's always an issue, there's always a problem, there's always a delay,
Yeah.
and no one says shit. No one says a word to us.
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of like, I've learned to just, all right, it is what it is.
Right.
Whatever happens, happens. Like I can't fight it.
Right.
Like there's that one day that there was a delay, and we didn't know until we are almost in New York, and they're like, oh, there was a bomb that went off downstairs. And if you remember that one, it went off in the by the E train.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're gonna have to reroute your bus to here. I'm like, oh, okay. That's like the one time that they told us what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every other day is like nothing. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those are the moments where you just
Woosah.
you can't do anything about it.
Woosah.
And that means what?
I don't know. Was that on Seinfeld?
It was on Seinfeld.
Woosah. No,
Wait,
that's
was it-
Serenity
No,
Now.
Serenity Now was on
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Serenity Now,
Serenity
George.
Now.
Serenity Now.
No, it was Kenny G.
It was
Oh, right.
It was
Right.
Kenny G.
It was Michael G.
It was
It was
Michael B.
It was Kenny Bolton.
Kenny Bolton. Sounds like a bowler, a pro bowler.
Kenny Bolton.
Yeah, Kenny Bolton the
Next
third.
up is Kenny Bolton, who's bowling a 300 today.
Going back to these lists, we'll bang them out real quick. Number 5 says tune into your body.
Yep.
So that's what he was saying about. So when I was doing talk therapy for a while, and they were saying if you start to get stressed out, feel your fingers on the table, feel your feet on the ground, like feel.
Like
tune into
think about it.
think about how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like one of the meditation things. To go back to that, one of the meditation things that they actually walked you body part through body part. And they're like, all right, now concentrate on your eyes and how they, how your eyes move around while your eyes are still shut, and you actually feel your eyeballs going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then you go down to like your tongue, and
You're going all the way down.
And then they just body part by body part. And then when they got to like my knees, I was like, oh, I feel pain. The fuck? And they're like, you might be having some soreness. I'm like, yeah.
Really?
Like they just talk about that kind of stuff. Like it's
kind of
weird. You concentrate on it. You're like, oh, that's right.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of weird how
does
you
hurt
like
a little bit.
you don't think about everything moving all at once all day, every day, and then when you think about it,
when I got into all the counting of my macronutrients, like the carbs and the fat, carbs, the fat, and the protein, and the pats, and all the pats you eat, and how much calories you burn just existing.
Yeah.
I mean, you burn calories as long as you're just moderately active, walking around, existing. You burn a shit ton of calories because you don't realize that you're just
2,000 calories a day.
About 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Number 6 says decompress. I'm sorry, are you gonna go?
No, I was just gonna add on. I think if you fart 200 times a day, you burn 42 calories.
Okay, that's important. That's important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then I burn a lot of calories.
You burn some calories upstairs too. I'll tell you that much. Oh my god.
Calories down here before we started.
There's some calories in the hallway.
Burn some calories in the bathroom before we started.
I've been burning calories this entire time.
You actually left calories upstairs.
Oh my god.
I think they're down in the piping now. I think they're down here somewhere.
Oh my god. It was terrible.
Number 6 says decompress, like physically decompress, as in like heat wraps or foam rollers or tennis balls or any actual physical decompression.
Yeah.
As well. This one's great. See, this is good for the podcast. Brought it full circle. Number 7, laugh out loud.
There we go.
That's where
good belly laugh doesn't just lighten the load mentally; it lowers cortisol, your body's stress hormone, and boosts brain cells.
I feel like I have no choice.
Endorphins.
I feel like I have no choice but to laugh with my belly.
You don't leave it.
You can't. Like every laugh is a belly laugh. No.
No, the belly. Like a perfect example of a belly laugh is when you said "goop" and it made Tom laugh.
Oh yeah.
That's a belly laugh because he actually held his belly and sat back.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I like lost all the air. In my,
he almost passed
dropped. And like one high, you're like,
yeah.
And
I got dizzy.
Lost it all. Yeah.
I got so dizzy.
He almost passed out from laughter. That right there, my friend, that's a belly laugh.
That's a belly. Okay.
You gave it to him.
And I mean, like, when was the last time you laughed like that? That was the last time I laughed like that. I think
It's like when you get into laughing fits. It's like when you get into laughing fits and you can't control the fact that you're laughing.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
And you want to start crying. Oh my god.
Those are good.
Like you just keep going on and on and on. Yeah. That's one of those. That's one of those kind of things.
Good laughs.
My niece, she's awesome. She's a couple months old. So when we make her laugh, she laughs like a body laugh.
Yeah.
So she goes, she just like shakes, and like she's so little, you just see everything bouncing. And I'm like
Wacky Racers again. Like the Wacky Racers dog.
This is awesome.
This one's a good one. Crank up the tunes. Listening to soothing music can lower blood pressure, heart rate, and anxiety.
Which is one of the things that I told you about. Like now that like, my style in music has gone from like heavy metal, which I still listen to every now and then, to like just straight up jazzy stuff like blues, and that's just it's what my mind wants.
Yeah.
I just want something that just is mellow.
Yeah.
But yeah, every now and then, like when I want to amp up and get I'll put some party music on. I'll put some.
I don't listen to enough music lately.
Yeah.
I've always said that. No, I've always said that. No, I know. I said the same thing.
Yeah.
For someone that's a fan of music, I don't. I've been trying to use because I purchased Apple Music, so I've been trying to utilize Apple Music. They'll curate a list of new music Monday or chill mix or whatever, and I try to listen to that stuff.
A little off topic. Why did you pick Apple Music over Spotify?
I just tested it. Because I think it was easy to sign up within the app.
Yeah,
that's all.
And they give you a month free, I think.
I have Amazon.
Which is a lot.
Amazon, just because I have the Prime, I might as well just use it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them are getting very similar right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree.
So then the last two, real quick, are get moving, like we talked about. So yoga, any kind of exercise, it all helps the brain. And so that's what people try to say. If you're like having a bad day, even if you have a headache, they're like, just go to the gym, and the next thing you know, you burn through it, and you kind of power through. And I've physically felt off, and then went to the gym and felt better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still feel like for me, with how my brain is and how I move a mile a minute, I'm always thinking about things. I don't think going to the gym makes that feel better. At least personally for me, I feel like I'm still thinking through those things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's almost like I'm putting them off, like as if they don't exist, but they're really still there under the surface.
Every now and then I use that kind of stuff for fuel, for that sense where like I'll be upset about something, and if I have a punching bag, I'll take it out on that punching bag, or I'll take it out on that next bench that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'll use that as fuel.
Yeah.
And if I'm thinking about it, I'll try to work that much harder to kind of get my mind off of it, and then all I can concentrate is, oh my god, that really hurt.
Yeah. Right. I punching bag it would be my first purchase. When I actually purchase a home, I want a punching bag just to relieve that stress.
They're awesome.
And I was gonna put Tom's face on it.
Great.
I would never. He'd be smiling at me. I would never be able to punch it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I would go to punch. I'd be like, Tom. Tom.
You should put Fig's face on
No,
it.
I would
Every
put
time
Michael.
you hit it, it goes goop.
No, it would be one of the ones that you punch and it comes back up.
Yeah.
Like the kids'
Like
toys.
the
And it
clown-
comes
the clowns.
Fig, goop,
Ooh, but he has no clown purposes.
No,
No,
I have no
he
sense
sees-
for clown purposes.
He sees no point to clown purposes.
No point.
The last one is be grateful.
That one's hard.
That one's hard.
You got.
Well,
yeah.
listen,
I
I don't
hate-
want to say it's hard. It's just, it's difficult. Sometimes you have to like remove yourself from.
Think about how good
situation.
you have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Think
Yeah.
about how good you have it.
I do think about that often.
I try to.
What helps me a lot with that, and it's going back to like once again the job that I have is really good with it. Is they allow me to give time back to the community and
Mhm.
helping those that are less fortunate. That helps me so much when I'm like when I'm pissed off about something at work and I'm like, oh, I can't believe this happens, or if it's pay that you're upset
Well,
about.
I was gonna say the
And
hashtag first
yeah.
world problems. I
Yeah.
hate that hashtag,
Yeah.
but that's
But
an example.
It's an example.
that.
Like you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't believe I'm making let's say $50,000 a year in my job, and but think about those people that have no water, that they can't eat.
Yeah, when they say your donation's $1 a day, it feeds like 3 hungry
Like,
children.
you
$1.
gotta- you got
Yeah.
to take that into
Yeah.
consideration. Like
Mm-hmm.
we are way better off just living here in this country than we would be anywhere
Yeah.
else.
Right.
Yeah,
So anything that could be bothering you, anything that's an issue, there's way worse things going on.
absolutely.
Always.
And
could be
even bring
worse.
it down more like minuscule and granular. It's like, how many people do we take for granted in our everyday life?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. If you
You
take
know?
a moment to look at the people who've been there, who listen to you, or
Yeah.
there no matter what,
Yeah,
some of
you
those
start
people
taking people for
yeah,
granted.
some of those people
really quick.
are the more forgotten people in your life.
Yeah,
Yeah. So be grateful. That's if
Yeah.
anybody can utilize any of those 10 tips, us included, I think would be a great start.
right.
Yeah.
And even if Fig is doing most of them, there's always room for for people to grow.
Yeah.
Couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I was trying to bring it full circle. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Before we wrap it up, we wanted to quickly talk about Fig's shirt and talk about what's happening tonight as we record this episode on April the 14th, 2019. Go ahead, Fig. What's going on tonight, Fig?
It is Game of Thrones night.
Game of Thrones night.
Game of Thrones now. Game of Thrones now. Game of Thrones now.
Game of Thrones now.
Game of Thrones now. Game of Thrones now. Game of Thrones now. Game of Thrones.
He skipped a beat and that stressed me out.
Game of Avi.
Game of Avi. Game of Avi.
Game of Avi. Game of Avi. Game of Avi.
Game of Avi. Game of Avi. Game of Avi.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey,
So-
how are you?
We did that for his entire wedding, the entire bachelor
His
party,
bachelor
and the
party
entire
and the
wedding
wedding.
itself. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
But
But anyway,
what's happening right now tonight, Fig?
Game of Thrones is back after a many moons of a break
Yeah.
to finish their final season. I am ecstatic.
I am ecstatic.
I've never been this excited for a show to come back.
And I couldn't care less.
Believe me, you're not alone. There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that don't watch it, that have tried it,
I
don't like it.
want to love it so bad. It's everything I love.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't like it.
I don't know.
I think, have you watched it by yourself?
Yes.
And I think that might be an issue.
Okay.
Because I tried to get this fool in it for a while. And
That's hurtful. No need to point at me and call me a fool.
I was trying to get this fool into it a while ago. And he was like, nah, it's not my thing. No, dragons and zombies.
I'm not into fantasy.
Yeah, he's not into it.
I love
And
it.
I was like, you need to just sit down and watch it. I'll watch it with you. And finally, when I made him sit down and actually watch it and pay attention to it, we would talk it over after the episodes. He was like, this is a really good show.
After the first penis, I was hooked.
Yeah. After I
Yeah.
saw his first dick, I was like,
Yeah.
it's like I know you would
I was
like
like, that looks like mine.
Well, so when this comes out, when this podcast comes out, it's
On
going to be
Tuesday. Mhm.
this Tuesday.
Mhm.
Yep. It would
hopefully.
be. Yeah.
Let's see
Yeah,
how Monday
Because
goes.
we got a couple days to. We only got a couple days to edit and
Yeah.
put
Well,
it out.
it's ultimately all in you, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure. Tom. You
we'll
know.
be fine at home.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna go meditate for 2 days, and I'm just gonna fucking. I'm gonna be sweating bullets,
Smoking cigarettes,
cigarettes, yeah.
strings everywhere, trying to put the timeline together.
Yeah. So this Tuesday, what do you think the first episode? You can't ruin it for me. So
Yeah.
what do you think the first episode's gonna? What do you think's gonna happen? The
No,
first
I don't think we should spoil it.
No,
for
no
anybody.
spoilers?
I don't think we're gonna spoil it because there's people that might have not seen it that might want to watch it at some
episode?
point.
There's no.
I'll keep it simple. I think it's gonna be a build up for the rest of the season.
Right.
I think
It's got to start slow.
Every episode and almost every show, and the first one is kind of just a build up for the main thing, and I think that's gonna be the same thing here.
Yeah.
There is a continuing aspect. Obviously, it's continuing from another story arc, but I think for the most part, it's just gonna be a build up.
Okay.
And there's probably people gonna be disappointed in that,
Maybe.
but it's necessary. It's the same.
They
thing
also
for
might
most
blow you out of the water because
also might,
they've been
yeah.
gone for 18 months.
Yeah, they also might just.
That's a long time.
Start with a bang. So
It's
who
a
knows?
long time.
It was like
Long time.
May, June of 2018.
Yeah.
No,
2017. Yeah. Here's a random Game of Thrones trivia that a lot of people start knowing recently because it just came out. Emilia Clarke, who's one of the main actresses in Game of Thrones, was actually dealing with like brain aneurysms
she had a brain aneurysm
during the first and I believe the third season also. Like it happened twice.
That's crazy.
Where they she said like the whole season like she was just out of it. They figured out what it was. They did an operation, did well, and then had to go back for another brain aneurysm.
Really?
So she got brain surgery twice
during the show.
That's
crazy.
and was still able to. Yeah,
That's
so-
crazy.
So if you're hating on her, Queen of Dragons.
Who's
whatever.
hating on her? I've never
There's
seen.
some people that are hating on
Really?
Khaleesi. Yeah.
She's fantastic.
I
She's a
think she's great.
badass.
Yeah.
That's a spoiler in itself. She's still on there.
Oh
You're
no,
right.
she's dead.
She died. Yeah, she died.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and all
yesterday.
her dragons.
Yesterday.
Dead
Yeah.
Queen of Dragons.
Yeah. She's not in the show anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing a rom-com, romantic comedies
Yeah,
nowadays.
that's all it is.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll talk. We'll get. I think we should get more into Game of. I think we should get more into Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, there's a bug flying around.
Yeah, I know. I saw
Couple of
that.
Couple of them. Not sure where they're coming from, Tom. All right, we're in a pigsty. We're recording in a pigsty right now. Oh my God!
How the hell did you catch that? You're a master of many things, Tom. I did not think you were a master of that.
What is that? What kind of bug is that?
Ow.
Peter's not going to be happy. Anyway,
That grosses me out.
That grosses you out?
You went and grabbed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grabbed it.
Fucking Bruce Lee over here.
So that was just like real quick. That was just like one of my favorite stories of Fig's basement. Real quick. I don't even know if you need to keep this in, but if you're keeping the bug thing in.
Yeah.
But when we were watching, I think we were watching wrestling, and Mike was over,
Yeah, that's right.
and we saw a bug on Fig's TV, and I think someone was like, someone passed him a tissue, Mike a tissue,
Yeah.
to get the bug, and so he passed him the tissue box. They take a tissue out, and he takes the whole tissue box and kills the bug with the entire
He
tissue
threw
box.
the whole tissue box at the TV.
There's another time that Fig, there was a bug flying around, and without saying a word, Mike was down there again. It was
Yeah.
us watching wrestling. Fig gets up, takes off his plain white tee, whips the bug out of the air, and just sits back down. And Mike was like,
No.
"What just happened?"
No way.
He just
Holy shit.
karate kidded it right out of the air. I've grabbed bugs in my life, but yeah,
we've eaten bugs in our lives.
right, we've eaten
Yeah.
bugs. But if you haven't seen it, then did it really happen?
No.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
it's
thought.
like if a tree falls in the woods, you know.
I'll take one deep breath as a
All right,
family
all right,
before we
big
bring this to a
circular
close.
breath.
Ready?
And thank you for joining us for another episode of HodgePodge.
I'll be honest, that felt good.
That did feel good.
That felt nice.
You're welcome. I'm your boy, guy, man, Fig.
Okay. He's your boy, man, guy, Fig.
I'm your man, bear, pig.
Man,
Tom.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. Oh.